Hi again everyone, Scott Pyre Popcorn Fan here, and in this video I am going to be doing my review of Season 2 of Loki. The season finale just aired last night on Disney Plus, and this season has been definitely a season of Disney Plus Marvel that will easily go down as probably one of the best Marvel shows on Disney Plus ever since WandaVision, if you ask me. I just think that with what they were able to do with this second season of Loki and how it sort of bookended this variant of Loki and his story, I thought was very satisfying. In the finale, I'm not going to spoil it, but he has this purpose, right? And ever since the first episode of season 1, he goes through this journey of redemption, which we already had with the main Loki from the main universe. And it was just really interesting to go through this journey with this new variant of Loki that was sprung from the first Avengers movie into the TVA in the first season. And all these characters from this show have all been very well fleshed out, and easily one of the main draws of this show is the relationship between Loki and Mobius, played by Owen Wilson. That's easily what you watch this show for. You love their chemistry. They really do feel like this blossoming friendship as the show goes on, and I love it. And this show doesn't rely too much on action. I mean, there is action in this season, but it's not really about that. It's more like just character growth. It's more about character growth with Loki and also with Sylvie. And with where things ended in the first season with Sylvie, Sylvie herself was also able to have character growth as well in this new season, and I just really liked what they did here, and also with how they were able to bring back Jonathan Majors as this new Victor Timely variant of the character. I thought was really fascinating, and he actually turned out to be a pretty good guy who helped the main characters, and it was really interesting. And with what they were able to do in the finale as well, bringing back Jonathan Majors, I thought was really cool. It was kind of interesting that they brought back He Who Remains in the finale. That's the only thing I'm going to say about the finale. That's the only thing. He Who Remains, they brought him back from the season 1 finale, and it was really interesting to see what they did with him. And also everything in regards to how they did time travel this season, I thought worked really well. I love science fiction, and the time travel aspect of the story here this season, sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes time travel stories can be a little convoluted and it doesn't always work. But with what they were able to do here, with the time travel aspect of things, I thought was actually really well done. They did a really good job with that. And I think with the Loki character, they were able to give him a new power. They were able to give him a new ability, and it seemed like a bit of a problem at first, at the beginning of the season. But then by the end of the season, he's able to control it, and it leads to his glorious purpose, which I thought was very satisfying. And with the last scene of the finale, it was really cool, because now Loki, he's basically, without spoiling it, finally gets what he's always wanted. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I think this season has also had amazing music. The score has been really great. The writing has been really great. All of the actors across the board have been really well realized. And I like that this season wasn't too reliant on connecting to the broader universe. It was able to tell more self-contained story, just focusing on character growth for these main characters. And I thought that was a really a clever way of having this story that was basically like a book for the Loki character. From the first season to the second season, it was like a chapter 1 and a chapter 2, and it just feels like a complete package. And I don't think this show needs a third season. I don't think it needs another season, and it doesn't. This is one of the few examples of a Marvel Disney Plus show that doesn't need to keep going. But at the same time, kind of leaves you wanting more. And the TVA will be featured again in Deadpool 3, which is coming out next year. And because, and also recently, the SAG-AFTRA actors strike, it just ended, and they did some reshuffling for release dates for some of the upcoming MCU films. And the only MCU Marvel movie that's coming out next year now is Deadpool 3. So that's going to be interesting. Granted, and it won't be the only Marvel movie coming out next year. I think the new Craven movie is coming out next year, as well as Venom 3. So it's not like we won't be getting it's like we won't be getting, that big of a time jump or gap between this and the Marvels and the next Marvel movie, because like I said, Craven coming out next year, as well as Venom 3 and Deadpool 3. So we'll still be getting Marvel movies next year. And I really enjoyed this season. It has been very satisfying, and I'm glad that they did something different with this finale than what they've done with the previous finales for these Disney Plus shows. It was unique, and the visual style of like what they did with the effects in the finale, I thought was really interesting and pretty to look at. It was really satisfying. And where they left the Mobius character, I thought was really satisfying too. With Owen Wilson, I thought that was really bittersweet, and I'm just really happy with what they did here. I don't really have too many flaws with this season, other than the fact that, like I said, they didn't rely too much on action this season. I would have liked maybe like a little bit more action with some of these episodes of season 2, but it didn't matter because I still cared about the characters and what was going on. But I would have liked like some more action scenes here and there, because there weren't any clear-cut villains in this season. I will say that about this. There weren't any clear-cut villains in this season, and the bigger threat was this object, really, that was protecting the sacred timeline. And that was really fascinating with how they handled that. And overall, this has been an amazing show. Easily my favorite Marvel Disney Plus show next to WandaVision. Top tier Marvel Disney Plus. It was really good. And I would definitely give this an A+. That is my grade for this. I loved it. So that is my review for season 2 of Loki. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.